Ryan Steinerkirk with sophomore Sage Tingey at Rich High School. Sage, thanks for your time.
Of course.
How did the basketball season go? Let's talk about first as a team. How did you feel about it?
I'd say pretty good. We came in as a really unexperienced team, no really varsity time. So I'd say we grew a lot as a team and did better than I thought we'd do.
Do you feel like you hit the ground running, though? The wins over Paiute, and who else did you beat at the Wayne, that big win over Wayne.
Yeah, I'd say it was a great start, and just our confidence level just came up right from there. Our first games, most of us, our first varsity games ever, and it was just a good start for us, I'd say.
The 21-5 overall record, is that something you guys are proud of? Do you pay attention to that? Is that a big deal?
I'd say so, yeah, just because of again, how young of a team we were, and that we can beat other teams like that. I'd say it was pretty good to look at. But
did you get any varsity time last year?
I didn't even sit varsity, so no.
What do you feel like your role, your specialty was for the varsity team this year?
I'd say probably getting us together sometimes, because we'd go down and then because I don't get down too much, so just helping people back up. I wasn't very good at a lot of things, so I just kind of helped. But
so was that a vocal thing? You'd come out and cheer people up, or was it more of a body language, non-vocal?
A little bit of both, I'd say. Just even if we were down, just to never give up, just to keep climbing back to it. And if you saw somebody down, just to help them back up, I'd say.
So at the state tournament, you won that first game, no problem, as you should have. The second day was against Wendover, and you guys had beat them earlier at home. Was that much different as far as the mental preparation for when you played them at state versus having beat them at home?
I'd say we couldn't look past them, so I didn't even acknowledge that we beat them at home, because we can't just look past the team. So we just acted like we hadn't even played them yet. So then we could just go in there thinking they're a new team and then play them as hard as we could, because we couldn't look past them.
Semifinals versus Paiute. Again, a team that you had beat earlier in the year on the same floor, though, at the Sevier Valley Center. What was your preparation mentality going into that game?
About the same as Wendover. We knew it was going to be a really hard game, and I personally watched the film with Paiute many, many times just to see what they did. So that's how I mentally prepared for it, just by watching their our games before and a few of their games, just to see what they like to do and stuff.
What do you feel like happened in that game for you guys and them? I mean, they beat you pretty handily.
Our shots just weren't falling, for one, and they just got momentum and just kept rolling with it, and we just weren't able to catch up with them.
How tough was it to bounce back the next day after having the title hopes, right, just dashed like that in the semifinals, and you got to turn around and play the next day?
I'd say that was probably the hardest game of the season, just because we didn't want to end the season on a loss, but we just lost, so it was hard to go back the next day. But I'd say that, and it was kind of easy also, though, because you had to push even harder, because you didn't want to end on a loss. And it was oh, this is our last game for a year, and it was just kind of we had to give it our all.
Sage, congratulations on a third-place finish at state.
Thank you.
Let's look ahead just real briefly to next year, and the team you'll graduate. Obviously, Taylor McKinnon, Fallon Johnson, and Lauren Thompson. Those will be some players that you'll miss, but the team looks like you'll be in pretty good hands for a couple years to come at least.
I'm pretty excited because we have a really good underclassmen, and our upperclassmen are still good, and next year will be mostly the same. Like you said, we only lose 3 seniors, so my sophomore class and the junior class are pretty good, and then the freshmen coming up, and there's just a lot to fill in, and we should be pretty good, I'd say, because it's pretty much the same varsity team.
Do you feel like your role will be the same? Are you going to work to become, now you said earlier you're not very good at things. What are you going to work to become better at for next year?
I'd say rebounds probably, because I'm kind of feisty. So, I feel like I could get more rebounds, or just hustle plays, just stuff like that. Just little things.
Anything else we should touch on?
I don't think so.
Sage Tingey, sophomore at Rich High School. Thanks for your time. Congratulations again on the great season, and good luck with the rest of your sophomore year.
Thank you.